Hi, it's Luis Flores. It's Wednesday evening, August 15th. My Kickstarter project comes to a completion tomorrow. I just want to give everyone one last update on the progress of this Kickstarter project. We reached a little bit over 10% of my goal of raising $6,000, so there's still time. Before the end of tomorrow, I believe 5 p.m. is the cutoff time for the completion of my project. So if you're still thinking about making a pledge to support my book, now's the time to come forward. I also want to take this time to thank everybody who has been making pledges and who has been helping me to spread the word about this Kickstarter project. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. I want to share a couple things with everyone. Earlier this morning, while I was rummaging through my laptop bag as I was getting ready to go to work, I found some inspirational words that I printed out quite a while back, and I had been carrying them around with me, and I had forgotten about this. And when I pulled it out this morning, I read this quote by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and I found it very inspiring, and it was great that I came across this quote again today. I just want to read to you the first word. That's one of my cats. Come here. This is a quote by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Courage is an inner resolution to go forward despite obstacles. It was great to read that today as I'm undertaking this huge challenge of writing and researching this really big book about New York City Council Speaker Quinn. The other thing I want to tell everyone about is an article that the New York Times published today. I'm going to read one paragraph to you because I found that it somewhat applies to what happened to me a few weeks ago outside one of the protests against Speaker Quinn. This is about stop and frisk, but this one section deals with the use of force by police officers against citizens. Often overlooked is how frequently police officers use some level of physical force in these encounters. That's in reference to the use of stop and frisk. People who have been stopped say that if they show the slightest bit of resistance, even verbally, they can find themselves slammed against walls, forced to the ground, and, on rarer occasions, with officers' guns pointed at their heads. Read the text portion of this YouTube video for the link to the New York Times article about the police use of force. I'm going to close this video with footage that I shot last month at a different protest against New York City Council Speaker Quinn, which I attended. At that protest, it came to light that Speaker Quinn is now using officers from the Intelligence Division at NYPD to provide security to her at some of these protests that we organize and hold outside some of her fundraising events. It's interesting that she's using intelligence police against a group of very peaceful protesters, some of whom who are gay, like myself, and some of my friends who are part of that informal group, and against senior citizens, some of whom use canes and walkers. We are a very diversified yet very peaceful group of protesters, and yet Speaker Quinn feels the need to use officers from the Intelligence Division of NYPD, and as what happened several weeks ago, even the use of force is used against our group of small yet peaceful protesters. So I'm going to show you footage of that protest that happened about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Thanks again for all of your support. The group of citizens who protest against Quinn came together for various reasons. Some of us care about government integrity, others care about LGBT civil rights, still yet others care about animal rights. As you can see from our photographs, we are a very peaceful group of activists. As usual, we handed out flyers to educate the public about Quinn's record of corruption.
Doesn't mean that she Just because Christine is gay
doesn't mean that she's okay.
Just because Christine is gay
Doesn't mean that she's okay.
Shame, shame, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. Shame, shame. The plainclothes officer, the one wearing the suit, said he worked in intelligence. He said his name was Officer Cast, and here he is asking questions of one of the other activists.